A few thoughts and downloads coming to me again, as I'm always channeling messages from the source, from the divine, as I work for God, as a sensitive earth angel. So as I'm grieving the loss of my dear cat, I really felt this fact that, that death really stops you. It stops you when you lose someone who actually meant a lot to you in your heart, in your soul, even if you did not always show everything, but still they have mattered to you in your heart and in your soul very deeply, and you have had a deep connection. And I've also been going through many different symptoms, like I have not been able to sleep, or I have not had any appetite. I have not felt like I want to eat anything. It was like a huge part of me just died along with my dear precious cat. But at the same time, I was feeling this message coming through from God, from my angels, telling me how she is safe. She's no longer hurting. She's at peace. And she's always with me in our home, with me and my family. We're always together. We're always aligned. We're always connected. We're always bonded. And that is, of course, how I've always wanted it to be as well. And then I found it very soothing when I saw people on YouTube talk about this topic in their videos, which are very professional, very profound and caring, kind, empathetic, uplifting, positive-minded, calm-minded videos that are authentic. So of course I find them very soothing when they talk about this topic, and it was also coming to me that I want to talk about this topic more. So I really feel like that is one of the last messages from my cat, is that I'm being my authentic self. I'm being the funny, quirky, dancing, singing, sensitive person who I am. So the fact that, our loved ones never really leave us, that even though the shock can hurt so much, literally, I really literally felt like I was dying. I felt like I was getting a heart attack right now. And, having gone through enough already in my life of trauma and narcissistic abuse, and many times felt like, okay, I'm going to die now, out of panic attacks and constant stress, things like that, all the pain and sadness and desperation and loneliness and turmoil as a family scapegoat. So having dealt with that, and then also, the shock of this. So of course, because as sensitive empaths, highly sensitive people, earth angels, starseeds, chosen ones of God, we can be so sensitive, and we are deep thinkers. We can be overthinking things. So naturally, I've been going over this and over this and over this and over this. Apparently it's a natural response, a part of the grieving process. And of course, everyone has their own unique process in healing, as their situation is also always unique. But I'm just along with this, I'm just sharing my honest insight and just my experiences and feelings and emotions, and sharing my support if you are also going through this. And this cat that I'm talking about, she's actually showing in my videos. She's my black and white cat, She was coming to me sometimes when I did my card readings, angel card readings, and on the floor. And whenever I've been close to her on the floor, she loved that. Especially in these last days, we had these routines that I've been present and calm with her on the floor, making her feel comfortable and loved, cared for as much as possible. I had, of course, through my intuition, and I was seeing signs. So, on a level, I was knowing that this would happen, but then I didn't want to believe it or see it. And of course, a reminder that whenever we're going through healing and recovery from something, whether it is a grief process, a pet loss, the loss of a loved one, something traumatizing, we need peace. These thoughts were also coming to me that, we need peace in order to function. We need peace in order to be creative. We need peace in order to be aligned with God. We need peace in order to be connected and aligned with our pets, with our loved ones, with ourselves, with our authentic selves. So even if we don't always feel like we are connected within ourselves because we're so hurt, we can always come back to that peace center and ground ourselves.